Sitting around the campfire singing songs of yore, playing till my fingers are sore 'cause they always want one more. Yeah, we're sitting around the campfire singing songs of yore, playing till my fingers are sore on the campfire troubadour. Well, a good day to you fine gentlemen and ladies, and thank you for joining me today for a wee bit of singing and a wee history lesson. Now, they call me Two Wives, the Campfire Troubadour, singing songs of yore and songs about yore. Now, today, I'll be singing a quite old song. It's called Froggie Goes A-Courtin'. Now, the earliest known version of this song dates back to Scotland in 1549. You see, in 1547, the Scottish Queen Consort, Mary of Guise, under attack from King Henry VIII, sought to marry her daughter, the future Queen Mary of Scots, to the 3-year-old French Prince Louis. Now, musicologists who collected Appalachian folk music in the early 20th century found as many as 40 versions of this song with up to 22 variants. In most versions, the pattern goes like this. Froggie goes a-courtin' and he did right, Froggie goes a-courtin' and he did right, Froggie went a-courtin' and he did right, sword and a pistol by his side, Now, I learned a different version. That was the version I first learned, by the way. I have since learned another version, which is called the Kitschy Kitschy Cameo version, and it arrived in Appalachia via Georgia. Froggie went a-courtin' and he did ride, sword and a pistol by his side. Well, he rode till he came to Miss Mousie's door, where he'd often been before. Miss Mousie had suitors 3 or 4, and they met him at the door. Well, they grabbed Froggie and began to fight in the holler tree. 'Twas a terrible night. Well, Froggie hurled the suitors to the floor, and a sword and pistol he killed all 4. Kimo, 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 Key, way down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee, King Kong, Kitch, Kitch, Kimo-wee. Now Miss Mousie came a-trippin' down, the green grass slippers and a golden gown. He took Miss Mousie on his knee and said, Miss Mousie, will you marry me? She said, without my Uncle Rat's consent, I would not marry the president. Well, Uncle Rat laughed and shook his sides to think his niece would be a bride. Kimo, 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 Key, way down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee, King Kong, Kitch, Kitch, Kimo-wee. First to come in was a silver moth, spread her wings as a tablecloth. Next to come in was a bumblebee, bouncing a banjo on his knee. Next came in was the old gray goose, she picked up her fiddle and she cut loose. Next came in were 2 little ants, and they stood up to have a dance. Kimo, 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 Key, way down yonder in a holler tree, an owl and a bat and a bumblebee, King Kong, Kitch, Kitch, Kimo-wee. What will the wedding supper be? 2 butter beans and a black-eyed pea. What more would the wedding supper be? Buttercups and dewdrop tea. Oh, what a feast for a wedding day, still they left for their honeymoon right away. Now they live far off in a holler tree, and they have good health and children 3. Camo, camo, camo key, way down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee, King Kong, kitch, camo-wee. Camo, camo, camo key, way down yonder in a holler tree. An owl and a bat and a bumblebee, King Kong, kitch, camo-wee. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed our time together and mayhap even learned a little bit. Until we meet again, I remain your humble servant, Two Wives, the Campfire Troubadour.